just here, you want to get plugged into the campaign, you want to know how you can help President Trump win, go see Tristan. So far in Prince William County, we have knocked 4,000 doors. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started. And I don't know if I should say this or not, but what I'm hearing from the people who are out there, and they're even hitting what we refer to as soft Ds. Every other person is saying, I've had enough. I don't want to live in a lawless nation. I've had it. And they are crossing over and they are going to vote for President Trump. So my goal is to make sure that President Trump wins Virginia this time. Everything I do is focused on that. So we did our first MAGA meetup. Eric Trump said, hey guys, I want everybody doing one of these things. Everybody, everywhere, every week. We did our first one on the river over on eastern Prince William County, Woodbridge. And I know the owners are really cool people, so I said, hey, can I do this here? And they said, sure. They said, tell everybody, wear your MAGA hats, wear your t-shirts, wear all your stuff. And if we have any Democrats in the restaurant that are offended, well, they can just leave.
And they left.
So the Harbor Grill, we love them, and we want to give them our business. And so what's happened with me, being a business owner, it was really hard for me to step outside my MAGA movement because I was worried. I didn't want my name out there. Sometimes people do a bad review, they want to hurt you. And we've all experienced this. Some have lost their jobs, but the MAGA movement unit together has been amazing. We've all been there for each other, and I just can't even quite describe it. So, with us today is Mike, who is one of the founding people of the MAGA movement, and we realized, I mean, I finished probably 300 people at the first one we did on the East End with 10 days of planning. But I couldn't do it without all my MAGA movement friends, like Rebecca. So, Mike, will you just give a few words to everybody? Because here's one thing that the campaign told me in the very, very beginning. Don't wait for anybody else. You're American. You are empowered to do whatever you have to do. And if that means going out to your neighborhood, your friends, and doing something like this near you, at your home, in somebody's yard, get everybody together and just start meeting up, start networking,
we got that
start
t-shirt.
talking about what you can do to make
We got
sure
that t-shirt.
we get voters to the polls on November 3rd. Okay, so Mike's here. He's going to speak a few words, tell you about how we started all this and how you can do it too.
Hey, Mike,
So we started.
would you step where you were so
Oh,
we
yeah.
can hear you too?
We started in D.C. about 4 years ago. I gotta get into it.
Yeah.
So we started in D.C. about 4 years ago. And our goal in doing it was we wanted to try to come up with a way to get young people together where we could talk and have a safe space or something where we do. As it turned out, when we were doing it, the candidates were getting involved, the admin, and they were like, you guys got to keep doing these. We need, momentum. We need this. So we would bring out candidates and let them speak. Periscope, social media, Kellyanne Conway, Louis Dowson, all these people started showing up, put us on the map. But the idea was never to be like a broad spectrum political thing. It was sort of just to give you guys a place to do this stuff. So now it's flipped around. At the end of the day, it's up to everybody like me, like you, everybody here. I know it's a very fearful time, and people are getting doxxed. You're criticized for voting for President Trump. Never in my lifetime have I seen anything like this, right? Where you can't even say who you like. You can't even say you're Republican without getting threatened. It's crazy, and I get that that's a hard thing for a lot of people. But the key is to just go out there, get people to vote. Do it behind the scenes. I don't expect people to be like me and get yourself out, in public or anything like that. But there's a lot of stuff that people can do behind the scenes. It's important because we had an event last 2 weeks ago, and I had said, people don't really realize we're at a crossroads right now. We're going to lose the republic. We're so close. It's really, really bad. You're not going to realize how bad it's going to get until it's gone. And we really got to dig in and fight. We don't have much time left. We got a couple of months. Or we're going to let these people run wild. It happened already. People like AOC get in. Oh, she'll never win. She won. to leave. She won. All these people that think it will never happen, it's happening. So we got to get out there. We got to vote. Do what we got to do. Keep the faith, and that's it. So I thank everybody for coming out. Brianna's doing good work. And if anybody wants to do their own, you should. Get together. To be a basic in the area, it doesn't matter.
It's amazing.
It's important.
So we were asked to do a boat parade. I had 2 weeks to plan that. And one of the marina owners and myself, we reached out to all the other marina owners, and on Sunday the 6th, we are going to have a huge caravan of boaters out with all their Trump flags. We're going to make so much noise. We've got OANN is covering it. And also, I don't know if you guys have heard about Right Side Network Broadcasting. They're covering it as well. And people are so fired up. People are coming out of the woodwork to support our president. And last time, 4 years ago, we won the primary, we lost the general. This time, we are going to win the general for President Trump. Trust me on this. And so, there's a couple other people I want you to meet. If you live in Gainesville, this amazing lady, Carol Fox. Awesome. So when I was in this meeting and they said, you got to get this done, vote for it, you got to get this done, you got to do the MAGA Meetup. Well, so we did one of the East End, but I knew Carol was the one to call to get it done out here on the West End.
I'm looking at it, but I can't see it.
Thank you for everything that you continue to do for us.
Can I have the floor? Good. Okay, good. We have some interesting people for you to hear tonight. I have my first person I want to introduce this evening is Mr. Michael Weber. He is the delegate in the 18th district. Now, when it's a low number, it's an old district. His district is in Fauquier. It's Warrenton. It butts right up to here and butts right up to Miss Guzman's. You know her. Anyway, he's come tonight to tell us about what's going on down in Richmond. In case you forgot, they're having a big meeting down there, and he gets to stay home and do it on his iPad, and you and I get to pay him $250 a day to do it. Now, he didn't vote for that. But the majority did. You know who the majority is, right? Okay, so he's going to tell you about that. He's also going to tell you about something super important. He's going to tell you about the amendment that's going to be on the ballot this year, that you're going to have to, as it's written now, you have to vote yes for it.
Yes.
So he's going to tell you about that. And of course, the Democrats were for it, but now they're against it, and I'll let you figure out why.
My name is Michael Weber. I represent the 18th district, which comprises of 2/3 of Fauquier County, 1/3 of Warren County, 1/3 of Culpeper, and all of Rappahannock County. Culpeper? There you go.
Awesome.
I don't know if y'all been seeing it around Facebook, but there's that, I know it's on the Marshall and Census page. It's all the hay bales.
Yep.
The white bales that have been painted. It says Farmers for Trump. Yeah, that's in my district.
Woo!
I know the guy that did that.
Awesome.
So if you ever drive to Rappahannock, go down to.
And it'll be in the Washington Post. They're writing it up.
Yeah, very good. So I've been in office since 2012. So I saw us go from a supermajority down to the minority. And I'm going to tell you right now, being the minority sucks. Simply because the Democrats do not adhere to any policy whatsoever. They don't care how we govern. They just want their way, which is why I'm going to talk about the constitutional amendment. They even changed the rules about how we govern ourselves just by fiat, which is why I'm sitting at my kitchen table voting for legislation. Literally making laws at my kitchen table. There's no debate. There's no public input. And it's just sailing through. And we're talking about stuff that is,
No wonder they want to keep us locked down.
yeah, they want to keep it locked down.
Right. Absolutely.
By the way, I do have a constitutional amendment that limits the governor's power, but we obviously know where that's going to end. The Democrats don't like it. And we had all kinds of ideas, too. But with this special session, we were supposed to address the budget and I guess, social justice reform and some other things, and they're not opening it up. We're literally voting from our kitchen tables and all that good stuff. And they shut down debate faster than you can shake a stick. So today, just today, tomorrow we're going to vote on final passage on a number of bills. They're going to eliminate qualified immunity for our police officers.
Whoa!
So now a police officer that makes $40,000 a year is on call, comes out at midnight for a drunken brawl or something like that. If he gets into a spit and he ends up doing something, they can sue him. Okay, and the Democrats are saying, oh, they have insurance for that. Yeah, but you're taking away their qualified immunity. You can go after their house. Okay, now what happens? Are there any lawyers here? Well, I farm for a living, so I don't know. But lawyers are expensive.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like they're behind that.
Now you're asking the police officer
$10,000
today.
minimum.
Lawyer?
It's a $10,000 minimum
Yeah.
to get a lawyer. I know.
So
We know.
they're doing
She
that.
knows.
One delegate, unfortunately from Manassas, I'm sure you know who I'm about to talk about, actually had a budget amendment to cut state police by 25%. Cut their budget by 25%. The superintendent of state police is my constituent. He's a great, great guy. They were already facing crunches in regards to staffing because of retirement. They're going to have record retirement, right? And by the way, state police do so much more than just sit on 66 and annoy me whenever it goes from 70 to 65.
Right. Oh yeah.
Okay? They do child sex trafficking cases. They do child porn cases. They do drug. They're always involved in all their drug trafficking task force. They do a lot more. And if you're outside of Alexandria and some of the urban centers, they do a heck of a lot more than that. Because your other law enforcement, your sheriffs, need their help. They need their expertise, right? Delegate Carter wants to cut them. Now, the other thing that they wanted to do that Kay Corey put in was they wanted to take resource officers out of school. Now, Delegate Guzman, her predecessor, Scott Lingenfelter,
So hard.
Lingenfelter was good, put in a bill, and I helped him with it, to put resource officers in school.
Yep.
Because I don't know about you, my kids are in the public school system and I want to keep them safe.
Absolutely.
No. And then right now you've got a governor that is willing to just shut down businesses. Well, in Hampton Roads, they're screaming right now. Screaming for help. The governor will not lift any, even though in Hampton Roads they're lower. That is what our governor is doing. And if you want to see America turn into Richmond, then Biden's going to be winning, right? You've got to come out and vote for Trump. You've got to. Everybody's got to go. You got to organize stuff in the basement. You got to get people moving.
We're doing it.
Come out to our hay bales, it'd be great.
Awesome. So one thing, if I can.
Go ahead.
Then I keep moving.
And then I'm going to do the constitutional amendment.
Okay. Awesome. So the one thing I want to tell you is that right now, many of us who are strong supporters of the Second Amendment are very fearful about what's happening here. And I know that we have somebody really important with us tonight who started the Prince William 2A group. I'm a member of that. Any others that are here? 2A? All right, awesome. Also, if this is an important issue to you, please follow BCDL. They are the best. Because if you look back at history, what did they do before World War II started? They took everybody's guns away. And that is a very real threat here in our Commonwealth right now.
So not only do they want to take your guns away, but they want to let violent felons out on the street.
Yeah, that makes
There's
sense.
another bill that's coming through.
And defund the cops.
And by the way, when it comes to BCDL, before the Democrats took over, I was on BCDL. I was BCDL's #1 for 3 years straight. And then the Democrats got smart and they took me off all those committees. But more importantly, now I'm going to talk about the constitutional amendment that's going to appear on the November ballot. This is absolutely essential. Because what is going on right now? Our census, right? They're counting people. And when they're done counting people, they redraw districts.
Yeah, right?
Okay? And for years, we've been hearing fair districts. Take the politicians out of it. We've got to have a redistricting commission, right? Last year we voted for a constitutional amendment that creates a bipartisan commission. It consists of 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats, and 6 citizens that actually draw the line in an open manner. Public forum, the whole 9 yards, with all the census data. Democrats voted for it. 85 delegates voted for it last year. What happened this year? Guess how many Democrats voted for it?
0. None.
6. And for weeks, all we heard was how bad this thing was, even though 40-something of them voted for it early. And now it's imperative that they pass. Because what will happen is, if they don't, this is why the Democrats are against it. They get to draw the line, and you're looking at a 70-30.
Excellent.
And you want to see your gun rights disappear? You want to see your, every other right disappear? And you want to see the rest of Virginia look like Richmond right now? So that's got, everybody needs to vote for it.
Update, we really truly appreciate
Okay?
it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Everybody, we are going to get everybody we know to the polls. President Trump is going to win. We're going to take all this energy and we're going to roll it right into the 2021 campaign. We are going to get a Republican governor, a Republican lieutenant governor. We're going to win back the House, maybe the Senate. And we are going to take our Commonwealth of Virginia back.
Okay. Now, I want to introduce Matt Trong.
Yes.
My friend Matt Trong over here. Matt Trong, some of you might have voted for him in the 10th District Convention, but he is such a great person. Oh! Did you know that Tim Ferriss snuck in?
We saw him. He's right there.
Oh.
Very snuck in.
Chairman of the Prince William Republican Committee.
Yeah!
Matt Trong is so wanting to make sure that Trump wins and that we turn the 10th District red, that he is totally backing Miss Alyssa Andrews over here.
Woo!
So I've asked Matt to introduce Alyssa to you tonight. And Matt, would you please say a few words?
Well, she took my my punchline because I am not Alicia Andrews. But I would definitely be the first person that's going to vote for Alicia.
Amen.
In addition, I would encourage you to come out and vote in person early. Starting September 18th, I believe. In person early. We don't know what's going to happen before November 3rd. I could tell you, because I was actually downtown D.C. leaving the White House last Thursday. And if you weren't sure you're going to vote for President Trump that night after you left, you would definitely vote for him that night because you have seen the mom like we never seen before.
When you left? When you left?
When I left, yeah.
Really?
I look like Andrew Yang. That's why they didn't beat me too bad. That's quite fun. All right, so thank you very much. We need to turn things red. And red means it's the Republican way.
And this is the woman to do it.
Right.
Former Marine. We never say former. She is a Marine. And I've got to know her. She's tough. She stands with our president. And I gotta say, you guys had one heck of a primary. There were 5 great candidates. Unbelievable.
Use your Marine voice, please.
There we go.
I definitely have a Marine voice. So I am Alicia Anderson. I'm about to flip the 10th District of Virginia. I hope you're ready. Because what we're doing is so exciting. For the first time ever, we have people that are ready to go out and vote with their heads held high and excited. Because we're not going on our death march. President Trump's about to be reelected. I'm about to be your future congresswoman, and we're about to make things right back in America. What's happening is absolutely unacceptable. You all know it. If you've been down to DC, you see the terrible things that are happening. And it's gotta stop. Patriots have to come out and fight together. This isn't about me. It's not about Matt. It's not about anybody that's on the ticket. It's about every American in this country deserving better than what we've got. We are taxed more than our fair share, in my humble opinion, to receive zero representation on Capitol Hill. Jennifer Wexton does not care about the 10th District of Virginia. She stands 100% in lockstep with Nancy Pelosi and has spent her entire time fighting to have our president impeached. If that doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. Jennifer Wexton has made a career on being on the wrong side of history. She caught us in 2018 when that blue wave came in. They caught us with a fractured party. They caught us where maybe we weren't all in with the candidates. But what's interesting about what we're doing right now is we're all standing together. Yep. I'm working with Matt. I'm working with Rob. I'm working with Jeff. I'm working with the senatorial candidates because we have to work together. A divided Virginia will lose. It will lose. If you can't get with us, we're going to lose. And I don't know about you, but I think we're worth fighting for. Yes. Yes. And we need to know that while the media will talk about gloom and doom about the 10th District of Virginia, about how it's now some magical blue fairyland, it's not. It's not. Our district sent more people to Richmond to fight for their gun rights, have had more parents disenroll their kids from schools because they believe that their children need to be in the classroom. We have more Americans from the 10th District of Virginia that are out fighting for the We Back Blue movement. Right, Melissa? Ms. Robian saw a hole that needed to be filled. She saw something where our police officers needed to know that we support them, no matter what happens in Richmond. And we have brought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people out to support our men and women in blue. A blue district doesn't do that. At least not in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. But what's interesting, so a fun fact about what's happened for my team this past week. So we held our grand opening in our office, and more than 200 Patriots show up. And very excited. We're very, very tightly filled. And what's interesting is because the Democrat that I'm up against has zero momentum, that she had to call the health department.
About you having that many people?
Because what the Democrats have mastered is the shaming, blaming, and putting Republicans in a box in a corner that we don't fit in. By the Democrats' definition, I should be a liberal. I'm a millennial, white, educated mother. I fit their suburban demographic on their side. But let me tell you, Jennifer Wexton's never seen a female Marine quite like me. We're going to spend the next several months wearing her out before even putting a dime into this district. We're within single distance and striking range of Jennifer Wexton. Let that sink in. You ain't going to see it on the media. You're not going to see people actually tell the truth because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to come out and vote in droves. They don't want you to get your neighbors. They want you to think that we're defeated. We're not. We're worth fighting for. We're worth standing up for. And we're worth supporting each other. And that's what's going to be the tale come November 4th. I will be the first female Marine to ever serve in U.S. Congress. In the 100th year of women's suffrage, there's never been another female Marine to ever serve in Capitol. And I want to tell you what I learned in my Marine Corps service. Is I don't believe in failure. It drives my campaign manager crazy. I'm always going to want one more door knocked. I'm always going to want one more call made. I'm going to want to make more money. And let me tell you, my fundraising's great. Come October 15th, when our new fundraiser report comes out, let me tell you, the Democrats will have a lot to say about me. So be ready, vote early. Because they're going to start spinning their web and their narrative once Jennifer Wexton sees that we truly are a threat. When our money put up against her, she can spend all she wants to on TV. I guarantee most of you don't even watch it. Most people spend their times on their phones. They don't care about this trash they're going to put on TV. I don't. She can spend her $200,000, $300,000 with her buddies to put stuff on TV. That's fine. I'm going to put 200, 300,000 people in the ballot box. And that's how Republicans and how patriots are going to fight back to this craziness that's happening in our district. Republicans don't go scream in the streets. We don't go protest and act like crazy people downtown and destroy, loot, and vandalize.
Yet.
What we do is we handle things with a boycott. I don't know how many of you have participated, but I sure as heck have. I support.
Goya.
I bought more Goya products in the past 6 months than I care. My husband is over our constant usage. But it's worth doing. But Republicans also take their message to the ballot box. Realize when you look to your left and your right, you're not alone in the 10th district of Virginia. You're not alone. Everyone here is a patriot just like you. And just when you think that you're alone, realize that every event that I've had has had more and more and more people at it.
Yep.
We've crossed over more Democrats, more independents, and we're continuing to do it every single day. Because what the Democrats and leadership have failed to remember is that Democrats have guns too. And believe it or not, they like the gun rights. And they're willing to ride with us.
Yeah.
The extremism that has continued to be pushed in that narrative of the squad. Everyone's heard the squad?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of the squad. But I will tell you that what we're building right now, I'm working with several other candidates from across the country. And it's a bunch of millennial, mad patriots that are ready to stand up for what they believe in. People like Madison Cawthorn, and I don't know how many of you have heard of him in North Carolina. Anna Polina Luna in Florida. We're fighting together because it's not just 1-2-1 fight here. We are united. And that's one thing that you won't ever see at the public service. But man, we are supportive and excited because I truly believe empowered women empower other people. And when we take this seat back, I hope you're ready for what's going to come. Woo!
Yeah.
We are going to shock the world again. President Donald J. Trump will get reelected. Daniel Day will be our U.S. Senator. And I'm going to follow that ballot straight on in. Yeah. Because we're worth fighting for. So what I need from you is the same thing they've been talking about. We need you to get up and get mad.
Yep.
You got 61 days?
Yep.
Right? 61?
Yep.
You can do anything for 61 days.
Cool.
Many of you have been pregnant longer than 61 days. Others of you have been sympathetic pregnant. Just as uncomfortable.
No. Not as uncomfortable as you guys know. Sorry. I'll give it up.
I appreciate it. But we can get uncomfortable together for the state of our country. For what's worth fighting for. I didn't sign my name on the line. Tim Parrish didn't sign his name on the line. None of you did. For a country that wasn't worth fighting for.
That's right.
So I hope you get fired up. Get ready. Because we're about to change the world.
Woo!
Thank you so much for having me.
Woo!
If you want to make history, then come out and do something. Stop complaining the day after the election and get out and fight with me.
Yep.
Get out and fight with them. Come out and support Trump. Come out and support Andrew. Come out and support Gabe. Because what's interesting here in Virginia, like I mentioned, we're all working together. Yep. So volunteering for me, volunteering for President Trump, or volunteering for Daniel Gabe is a victory for all of us. Absolutely. So please join us and fight with us. Thank you.
So I just want to say something to everyone. Some of us cannot cast our vote for the 10th district. I live in the 1st. But if you cannot vote, please give money. Please help. That's one way. Everybody can volunteer, give money, give a vote, and if you're really lucky, you can do all three. So So get out there and do that. I want to also introduce. They say all politics is local, so I gotta limit this to 2 minutes because we're going way over here. So I want you to come on up. We've got somebody who is running for city council in the city of Manassas. Very important. They are what some people say is the economic engine of our county. I'm a little envious of that, so I don't agree with it. But please introduce yourself, and you've got 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. My name's Harry Clark. I'm running for a seat on the City Council, the Manassas City Council. I'm a strong supporter of President Trump. I'm a strong supporter of small business in Manassas. I'm not going to talk about my candidacy too much, just about that amount, but I want to encourage everybody to come out and vote and get all of your friends to come out and vote. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. President Trump is going to win big on November 3rd. The evening of November 3rd, we're going to be very happy. The Democrats have a motto: don't stop counting until we win.
Yep.
They will
Yep.
find ballots
Yep.
under the escalator stairs. They'll find them in post office corners. They'll find them wherever. And they will try to erode President Trump's victory. That's the first point. The second point is, if you want Virginia to look like Portland, then let the Virginia legislature stay in Democrat hands. Let the governorship stay in Democrat hands. Let the Congress stay in Democrat hands. Because if they win both houses of Congress, first thing they're going to do is impeach President Trump, and they're going to impeach Vice President Pence to try and put Nancy Pelosi in the White House. We can't let that happen. So get your friends out to vote. Vote for Alicia. Vote up and down. Vote for Daniel Gay, and vote up and down the ballot for Republicans. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, I don't know if Rebecca, are you here? Okay, we've got the ladies here who have been doing an amazing job getting thousands and thousands of people out doing the We Black Blue marches. Phenomenal.
She was over here.
If you are not comfortable, walking around with your Trump hat on, then you can absolutely make a statement by getting out and supporting these events. Do you want to say your website or how we can get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can go to webackblue.com, not webacktheblue. It's just webackblue.com. You can find us on social media. We're doing stuff across the country. So if you can support us, that'd be awesome because we are on the move. And we're going to be doing another march in D.C. on September 11th.
Awesome. Thank you for everything you do. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. So we have a few other people. Didn't really want to take this long, so I apologize. We have somebody here from the Trump campaign, Andre Soriano. He is a